You've likely been seeing videos claiming the government shutdown just ended and that President Donald Trump signed a law to send you a $2,000 check. Some sources are even saying the White House confirmed the payments and that the money is coming soon, so you need to get your bank details ready. I need you to stop right there. Before you update your bank information, before you make any plans with that money, and before you share those videos with your friends, you need to know the plain truth. What I am about to tell you might be disappointing, but it could save you from making a big financial mistake or, worse, falling for a criminal scam. I'm going to show you exactly what is truly happening and what is simply made up. Most importantly, hidden in the middle of this video, I will reveal the specific tricks these misleading videos use. Understanding these tricks will help protect smart people like you from being fooled in the future. If you are on Social Security, if you are struggling to pay bills, or if you have been truly hoping that this $2,000 is real, please stay with me. You deserve to know the honest facts. Let me start by telling you what really happened, with the actual dates you can verify yourself. Back in July 2025, President Trump made a public post on his social media platform, Truth Social. He wrote about sending Americans a tariff dividend of $2,000. He said this money would come from tariffs, which are taxes collected on imported goods. He also stated that it would go to low and middle income Americans and that people with high incomes would not receive it. That single post immediately went viral. Millions of people saw it and felt genuine excitement about the possibility of getting $2,000. Then in August 2025, Senator Josh Hawley from Missouri introduced a real bill into the Senate. The bill was called the American Worker Rebate Act. This was an attempt to turn President Trump's idea into an actual law. The bill suggested sending payments to working Americans, funded by tariff money. Importantly, the bill specifically said it would include seniors on Social Security and people receiving disability benefits. So, both of those things, President Trump's post and Senator Hawley's bill, are completely real and verifiable. You can look them up yourself using government records. Now here is the critical part. What happened next was nothing. Senator Hawley's bill was introduced, but it never received a committee hearing. No other senators officially supported it or signed on to the bill. There was no debate held on the Senate floor. No vote was ever taken. The bill just stalled, and it is still stalled today with no movement whatsoever. There was also no government shutdown in late 2025 that recently ended. There was no 42-day shutdown that just concluded. President Trump did not sign any amendment or agreement this week or this month about this. The White House has not issued any official confirmation about sending out $2,000 checks. Those are the solid facts. President Trump made a social media post months ago. A senator introduced a bill that went nowhere. And that is exactly where things stand right now, no closer to a payment than they were back in August. Everything else you might have heard about this payment being confirmed or coming soon is either speculation, exaggeration, or completely made up. Why you are being misled. Now let me explain why you are seeing so many videos and articles claiming that this $2,000 payment is happening right now, and why they sound so convincing. These videos use a specific, clever technique, and understanding it will fully protect you from being misled in the future. Here is exactly how this deceptive technique works. They start by taking something that is a real fact, like President Trump's actual Truth Social post from July or Senator Hawley's real bill from August, and then they mix it with events that are completely false. They will falsely say the government shutdown just ended when no shutdown occurred. They will incorrectly claim Trump just signed something when no signing ceremony happened. They will state the White House confirmed when no official confirmation was issued. This method is known as a truth sandwich. You take a lie and place it between two pieces of truth, which makes the lie seem real and believable. Your brain recognizes the parts that are true, so you naturally assume the made-up part in the middle must also be correct. Then, they use official-sounding language. They will say things like, White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt stated, or according to official White House statements. This sounds very authoritative and legitimate, even when those exact statements were never actually made. They also create false urgency. They use words like just, breaking, confirmed today, or happening now. These words are designed to make you feel like you are getting secret, insider information before everyone else. This makes you much more likely to believe the claims and quickly share them with others. Finally, they directly target people's real financial worries. If you are on a fixed income and worried about paying bills, a video promising a sudden $2,000 relief check hits you deeply and emotionally. You genuinely want the information to be true, so you are less likely to question it or check the facts carefully. The people who make these misleading videos know exactly what they are doing. Some of them are just trying to get views and make money from the ads on their videos. Others may have political reasons for spreading the claims, but regardless of their motivation, the final result is the same. You receive false information that can lead you to make poor financial decisions. Let's imagine, just for a moment, that Congress actually did pass this law and it became real. Even then, the proposal faces serious financial problems about how it would be funded. First, there is the huge money problem. The Treasury Department reports that tariffs have collected about $195 billion so far this year. If the government were to send $2,000 to every American earning below a certain income level, for example, everyone making under $100,000, that would cost somewhere between $300 billion and $500 billion. Do you see the issue? They have collected only $195 billion, but would need $300 to $500 billion. The needed money is simply not available. Second, there is a serious legal problem. The president cannot simply take tariff money and mail it out as checks. That money must go into the general U.S. Treasury Fund. For it to be sent to citizens as special payments, Congress must pass a specific law directing that money to be used that way. And right now, there is no such law. Third, and this is truly important, tariffs are not free money from foreign countries. Here is how tariffs actually work. When the government adds a tax on imported goods, the companies importing those goods do not simply absorb that cost. They immediately pass it along to you by increasing their prices. Think about your last trip to the grocery store. Maybe you noticed that your favorite brand of coffee went up in price, or your gas bill increased. Part of those cost increases are due to these tariffs. So if you did receive a $2,000 payment funded by tariff revenue, you would actually be getting back some of the money you have already spent through higher prices. Over the last year, you might have already paid more than $2,000 in extra costs due to these tariffs. What the real bill says and how to spot fakes. Since Senator Hawley's American Worker Rebate Act is the only real piece of legislation that was ever introduced on this topic, let me tell you exactly what it proposed and where it stands today. The bill was introduced back in August 2025. If it had become law, here is what it would have done. It would provide direct payments to American workers using the money collected from tariffs. It specifically included seniors receiving Social Security benefits, people on disability, veterans, and working Americans earning below certain income limits. The bill suggested creating an automatic payment system, much like the pandemic stimulus checks. No need to apply. If you qualified, the money would just show up in your bank account through direct deposit or as a paper check. Now, here is the current status of this bill. It is completely dormant. After Senator Hawley introduced it, nothing happened. No other senators agreed to support it. The bill was never sent to a committee for review. There were no hearings where experts could discuss the idea. There was no debate, and certainly no vote was taken. You can verify all of this yourself by visiting congress.gov. That is the official government website that tracks all legislation. Search for the American Worker Rebate Act, and you will see its status. Introduced with no further action. Why didn't it move forward? Passing any major spending law requires very broad support, even within the same political party. A bill that costs hundreds of billions of dollars requires careful planning, debate, and compromise. Could this bill suddenly be revived? Yes. Technically, laws can be brought back to life if circumstances change, but right now, there is no sign or indication that this is happening. Let me teach you exactly how to spot these misleading videos in the future, because this will not be the last time someone makes false claims about money coming from the government. Red flag number 1 claims that something just happened, but without giving a specific date. Real News says on November 15th, 2025, the Senate voted. Fake News says the shutdown just ended, without telling you the date. If a video can't give you a specific date, you should be immediately suspicious. Red flag number 2, no links to official government sources. When I tell you about legislation, I can point you to congress.gov to verify it. If a video makes huge claims but doesn't show you where to verify the information on a .gov website, that is a clear warning sign. Red flag number 3, quotes without full, specific information. Real reporting says Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said in an ABC News interview on November 10th. Fake reporting says White House officials said. Who said it? When? Where? If they can't tell you specifically, they might be making it up. Red flag number 4, mixing real and fabricated events. This is the truth sandwich we discussed. They mention a real post, then add a fake signing ceremony, then reference a real bill. The real parts make the fake parts seem believable. Always verify each claim separately. Red flag number 5, false urgency combined with vague timelines. A video might shout breaking news, but then say payments could come in weeks or months. Which is it? If something is truly breaking news, there should be a specific timeline. If the timeline is vague, it is probably not real news. Here is your simple test. Can you find this information on a government website ending in .gov? If the answer is no, it is probably not real. Now let me give you practical advice about what you should do with this information. First, do not update your IRS or bank information based on these false reports. It is good to keep your information current, but don't do it just because a video said $2,000 checks are coming and you need to prepare. That creates unnecessary worry and urgency over something that is not happening. Only update your details when you have a real confirmed reason, like moving or changing banks. Second, you absolutely must not make financial commitments based on this money. Don't promise your grandchildren tuition money. Don't book the vacation you've been delaying. Do not make any decisions assuming this money will arrive, because there is a very high chance it will not. Third, Protect yourself from scams. This is the most critical step. As soon as there is talk about government payments, criminals start calling seniors. They pretend to be from Social Security or the Treasury Department. Here is the rule. No legitimate government agency will ever call you asking for your Social Security number or bank information to process a stimulus check. They won't ask you to verify your information. They will never ask you to pay a fee to process your payment faster. If you receive any call like this, hang up immediately. Do not engage. Do not answer questions. Just hang up. Fourth, be very careful about sharing videos or posts on social media. When you share something that turns out to be false, you are helping spread misinformation to your friends and family. Before you share, promise yourself you will verify the information on an official government website first. Fifth, if you need financial help right now, focus on programs that actually exist today, not on promises about money that may never come. Since we are talking about financial struggles, let me tell you about real assistance that is available right now. Programs you can apply for today. SNAP benefits, food stamps. This program helps over 40 million Americans buy groceries. Many seniors qualify and do not realize it. You can check your eligibility and apply on your state's social services website. LIHIAP, energy assistance. This program helps pay heating and cooling bills. As winter approaches, this can save you hundreds of dollars. You can find your state's program by searching LIHEAP plus your state name, or by calling 211. Medicare Extra Help. This program assists with prescription drug costs. If you are on Medicare and have limited income, you could get help paying for premiums, deductibles, and prescriptions. You can apply at socialsecurity.gov. Property tax relief. If you own your home and are struggling with property taxes, check with your county tax assessor. Many states have programs like freezes or reductions specifically for seniors. These programs are real, they are available now, and they can help you today. Let me step back and talk about why all of this misinformation matters beyond just one false claim. We are living in a time when false information spreads faster than the truth. This is especially dangerous because scammers target seniors who are often on fixed incomes and are naturally trusting. When videos spread false hope about $2,000 payments, it causes real problems. People might delay paying important bills because they think the money is coming. They become more vulnerable to scams. What should you watch for if you want to know when something real is happening? Look for these concrete things: an actual bill with a number like HR 1234, committee hearings scheduled, actual floor votes taken, and the Treasury Department announcing a specific timeline. Until these happen, there are no payments coming. My job is to give you accurate information so you can make good decisions. I know it is disappointing to hear this news, but I would rather disappoint you with the truth than mislead you with false hope. Here is your final action step. Call your local area agency on aging. Every county has one. They can connect you with programs you might qualify for, help you apply for benefits, and give you accurate information about what's available in your area. Write in the comments, "I want the truth, not hype." Let me know this honest information is valuable to you. If this video helped you understand what's real versus what's fake, please subscribe. I promise to always tell you the truth. Check out my next video about real assistance programs you can apply for this week. Real help, not false promises. Take care of yourself, stay informed, and remember, if you can't verify it on a government website, it probably isn't true. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.